Hello. I thought I would try another mini New Christian Spiritualist Society service, and here I am, of course, in isolation, but in the little sacred space that I've made for all of us to share. And today we'll have a prayer, a reading, an address, a healing meditation, and a spot of mediumship, and a closing prayer. Now, for those of you who have been to spiritualist churches before and centres, you will know that if you go to a service, there's always mediumship, unless of course it's for something like a funeral, wedding, baptism, namings, blessings of unions and so on. But other than that, all spiritualist services have a medium, and that's what gives it its life and soul. This is, in my opinion, of course, as a spiritualist. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep this mobile phone going for. As we know, it often cuts out. But anyway, we'll have a go. So let us start together with an opening prayer. And as we say, Dear Lord, we invoke your presence to be with us all now, as we join together in prayer and ask for all the blessings of healing for ourselves, for our families and friends, at this time, and for all who dwell on this planet, that they may be delivered from disease and worry. We also ask for healing for all the animals, and especially all of those who we have to look after and for whom we are responsible. And we ask all of this, dear Lord, in the name of love and truth and light. Amen. There. So that's our little prayer for this evening. And now we come to that part of our service where we ask a member of the congregation to step up and come along onto the platform, join us and give us a reading. In this instance, I've had to ask myself, and on your behalf, I will give you this reading. It's a poem that I've chosen from the Harry Edwards Healing Sanctuary, and it's written by Lyn Lytton, and it says here, Wherever you may be, I am still there for you. I am not someone whom you once have known, taken away to leave you all alone. Tell me of pain or fear deep in your heart. Just softly speak my name. We are not far apart. So that in my dreams, when the long day is through, I may send healing once again to you. There. I thought really that was a very nice reading for all of us at this time. And as you know, the next part after the reading is the address. And the address we usually expect to be some inspirational address given from the reading. You know, you take a word or two or a phrase. And of course, I have the advantage over visiting mediums and speakers in that I chose my own poem and my own reading from which to give my address. And I did have an ulterior motive prompted by my guides and helpers in spirit, of course. I always blame them. Now, this poem epitomises our way of life, our religious beliefs and philosophy, which is rooted in the scientific evidence that life continues after physical death, and that communication and contact of beneficial import is manifested through mental and physical mediumship and healing, which is sometimes called the laying on of hands. But just like it's possible to demonstrate healing through physical proximity and objective phenomena in the presence of a medium, so the mental aspects using the frequencies on which the discarnate, those without a physical body anymore, may contact us can be utilised for communications between the two worlds, so distant healing is also proved to be possible. Now, mediums of any kind begin their training, as a lot of you know who are watching, by sitting quietly and putting all worldly thoughts away from them and elevating their minds through meditations given by a mentor. As for the anathema in which our movement is held by mainstream Christianity, I learned just recently that the established Orthodox non-spiritualist Church of England invites congregants to, listen to this, sit quietly and wait to hear something from the Lord or God, then to either write it down or discuss it with another Christian and ponder what they hear and act on it. I kid you not, I heard that. They also mentioned not actually needing faith for God to heal you, which is a direct knowledge-based pinch from us, the us that they are forever officially decrying. So today we will have a meditation, not with the rather lofty expectation of hearing from God or Jesus himself, although of course it would be lovely, but under the auspices of the Most High, and who allows that contact to take place from the spirit dimensions of all levels, from relatives and friends, as well as companion animals, to the angelic hosts that include those of saintly character we may have heard about in all our cultures and earthly religions. Spiritualism also teaches that in the spiritual dimensions, like attracts like, and so we know that we must be as good in character as possible to receive communion with them. So what I thought was we would have a nice short guided healing meditation, after which you may like to comment on your experience here, and I'll do my best to respond, as I can, either now or at a later point, sort of a bit later on. But I will take notice of anything that everybody writes or comments. The fact is that I was really quite cross to think that people were being told to go away and sit quietly and wait for God to talk to them, or Jesus, and then to think about that and then to act upon it and to discuss it with their friends. There was no methodology given, and I really wasn't very keen on listening to that. However, I made my address, so I'll shut up. Now, what I'll do then, we'll have a short guided meditation, if you'd like to do that, because after that, I promise you, I will, go and see what's going on the other side and see who's there and stuff like that, which is what we do. So, if you would like to join me, we're going to see Sylvia, yes, about healing for your daughter. And so, as I've just mentioned, what I would ask you very much to do is to join in. If you can't join in at this very moment, then I know that it can be played back, and when you have got that time to yourself, that you could join in with this healing meditation, because it really does work, and it's something that we can all do. We can all pray, of course, for healing, and yes, I always pray for healing for everybody that is mentioned to me, and people who are not mentioned to me, of course. But this healing meditation will help you to find a way in which you can give healing yourself, and for yourself too. So now, I'll trust that you sit comfortably. You make sure that you won't be disturbed for a few minutes, about 5 minutes. Don't cross your legs or clasp your hands because of the circulation. Just relax, and we're going to use our imagination. Now, this is a similar brain and mind frequency to that's used by spirit operators when they communicate, when they try and contact us, or when they do contact us. So, if you'd like to follow this healing meditation, it will be beneficial for you and for those you love. Now, we'll take 3 breaths in and out. Close your eyes and put away all thoughts of the day, here and now. Take 3 breaths in and out. In, 2, 3. out 2, 3. In 2, 3, out 2, 3. In 2, 3, out 2, 3. Now, imagine in the middle of the room where you are, you see a large see-through ball, almost floor to ceiling, lit inside by a pale blue glow. This is in your imagination. As you look at it in your mind's eye, think of anyone you know who needs healing of any kind and for any reason. Then imagine each one of those people inside that clear ball. Just imagine, if you will, them inside that ball. And whatever condition they are in at the moment, imagine them well and strong and happy, chatting and dancing and being generally animated and healthy. Now think of that. Think of the blue colour as bathing them in love and comfort, and in your mind's eye, in your imagination, go and join them. I will leave you there for a moment in their company. Step forward in your imagination, walk into that ball of light where your loved ones have been placed by you, looking well and healthy and enjoying themselves. Please go in there and join them. And then when it's time to leave, you will hear my voice again for you to return to your place. Just for a few moments. Now it's time to return, to say goodbye, to step out of the ball and return to the place you started from. Step out, go back. Let the ball and the people that you've placed in there fade from your mind. Let that fade away. Now, feel yourself once more, the weight of your body. Wriggle your fingers and toes to get the circulation going again and open your eyes. Yeah. Now I hope that you enjoyed that experiment. Tracy, hi Lynn, yeah, hi you too. I hope that you were able to follow that as well, Tracy, because I know that it would help you too, as it would everybody, to get inside that lovely ball of blue light and feel healthy and happy and know that those you love are also feeling the same way in there. And it will have an effect. It will have an effect on them. It will have an effect on you. So there you are. I hope that you all enjoyed that. If you weren't able to do it right now, that you can wind it back or something in future times and actually enjoy that meditation and help those that you love. And by the way, you can put animals in there too, you know. You can put your animals in there too if they're not up to much at the moment, or whenever they're not well. This is what you can do. So that's the end of our sort of part of our service, where we have looked at all the aspects of our spiritual life. And now we will dwell on the mediumship, because without mediumship, without that contact between the two worlds, this world and our next world, and the one from which we came in the first place, by the way, because we're all spirit here and now, it would render us almost, I would say, sterile. And if you go to see other established churches and the way they operate, I always find them very cold and lacking in spirit. Now I wonder why that is. Well, we have plenty of spirit in our spiritualist churches of any denomination you like. We're Christian spiritualists because we follow the example and teaching of Jesus. and other spiritualist centres have different concepts of their religion. And we do have also standalone spiritualism as well, which is also recognised. But basically we're all spiritualists, and it all rests upon mediumship, and that mediumship does offer healing as well, because that comes the same way. It comes through us as instruments of healing, and all we have to do is acknowledge that there is spirit around us and that we can call upon our loved ones. Remember that wonderful poem that was written by Lynn Lytton and said, "Wherever you may be, I am still there for you." This is the truth. You're not lost to me, I still care for you. I'm not someone whom you once known taken away to leave you all alone. Tell me of pain or fear deep in your heart, just softly speak my name, we're not far apart. So that in dreams, when the long day is through, I may send healing once again to you. And the fact is that is the truth, that actually happens. So we will now see who is on the other side there, waiting. It's a bit like, oh, I'm glad that people who are actually able to do that meditation with me have done that and enjoyed that. I'm so pleased. I can, with these glasses on, I can actually see what you've said. So God bless you all. I hope that you'll be able to do that again, because it's not something dangerous, by the way, and we're nothing to do with the devil or demons or anything like that, and you won't get any problems whatsoever. Demons and devils and things like that don't go anywhere near the light, and that's what we are. We are children of the light, don't forget it, all of you, all of us. Now, I have a responsibility as a medium to see if I can get you some communications from the other side, and see who I've got there, if I can come to somebody. I can't say I'll come to somebody in the room, but in a way I can, because there you all are in the room with me, and this is our little church. And I'll go to you, Sam, if I may, Samantha Wright, and Hannah, and hello to Hannah. I'm very pleased that you enjoyed the meditation. I have quite a lot of people here who gather round for you and your family. Yes, I know. They're all saying, well, of course they're having a rough time of it. Yes, well, we know all those things. I mean, but they're very well-meaning, of course. I see. Thank you. They're talking about activities that you've been undertaking at home. And they're saying that they've had great fun with you, because there's been a lot of laughter. There's been a lot of laughter in your home, Samantha. Now we all know about that. Now we know that you're all laughing. This is a serious time, but you don't seem to be taking it seriously at all, because there's so much laughter and happiness in your home. And this is what is known by your loved ones who are over on the other side. So they want me just to send you love and to say that they've been laughing alongside of you as well, and to tell you that everything's going to be all right. Well, thank you. Yes. Lindy, oh bless you, Lindy. Lindy, of course, is our Reverend Lindy, and she she deserves a message as well as anybody else. Well, I don't want to bury your father unnecessarily, Lindy, because I don't know anything about your family, but I do feel that I've got a father here who sent his love across to you at this time, and is talking about grandchildren, and how pleased he is with everything, and saying that he's glad that that you're still in this country. That's you, Lindy. I can't see any sort of response, but I should just carry on chatting as one does. Lindy and I have shared platforms together. We were at her church in Hove one time on platform there. I expect we were doing it for charity. We usually did. But yes, so I have a father who is very proud of you and happy that you've actually stayed in England. I think that was very important. Oh, I see. That was something being debated some time ago. So he's pleased that you decided to stay here. there you are. So I don't know anything about that, but hopefully that's a bit of proof for you as well, because we could all do with a bit of proof, couldn't we? You know, it's nice to get a bit of confirmation. Yes. Now, who've we got? It says wave, so I don't know how to wave on there, but I'll wave. I have who have I got here? Oh, I've got a collection of ladies here who liked a good sing-song. That sort of... No, all right, didn't mean to say that. I was going to say that dates them and makes them a bit old, but they're not having that. Now, there's 3 sisters over there who are having a sing-song together. And there's somebody out there who is watching, they're telling me, who would be able to place them. And they just want to say that a good sing-song brightens up at any bad times. And I feel that they would have been quite old when they actually passed away. And they lived through the war, and they did their bit, as they're saying. And of course they're showing me all sorts of images that you should remember. So I'm hoping that there's somebody down here who can accept those 3 sisters who are on the other side now, and who came through the war and managed to do what they had to do, and lived a good life. And they send their love back down to you. So there you are. This is quite strange because not seeing anybody, I just have to get on and see who I can see, who is behind me on the other side of life. Right. And I have a lady whose first name is Mary, who comes very softly and gently to me, and she says she has a granddaughter down here who she's hoping is looking in. Yes, all right, sorry, is looking in. And she wants to send her love and to say that you've been very worried. Yes, you've been very worried, but she says you have nothing to worry about, and just please stop looking at all these facts and figures. Apparently you're looking at facts and figures, and she doesn't want you to do that. I think that probably goes for all of us, perhaps. Yes, thank you. No, all right. She's very insistent that it wasn't specifically for all of us. It was for this lovely lady down here. All right, she's going to go back and get on with what she was doing. You know, everybody's very busy on the other side, and particularly now they've got so many people coming over in a hurry. There's whole sort of like a conveyor belt. There are always people dying. This is the thing. Yes, all right. There are always people dying every second, but it seems to have a sort of like a logjam effect at the moment because of what's going on. And they're saying they just wish that everything could get back to normal as quickly as possible because they're all so busy with everyone over there. So there we are. They're not giving me any predictions about when it's going to stop, but it does seem from their attitude that it is just a temporary blip. There you are. So everything that's so dramatic to us, apparently to them on the other side, is just a temporary blip. That's how I put it. Hi, June. Last time I saw you was in Ely Cathedral. And of course, Ely Cathedral, you get lots of people in there from Spirit. I just wish that the people that actually worked there, if you know what I mean, actually knew they were there and were able to speak with them and hear what they had to say. But there you go. Right, I have a lovely couple here who've come forward. I've got a feeling... What am I looking at? Oh, June, that was some time ago. Yes, it was. Now, Colin, you're watching, and I felt very much that this couple that came here were for you, and I feel that they're grandparents, and they want to make sure that everything is fine for you. You're another. Oh, right. They're saying, well, he always was a worried kid. You always used to worry about everything. There you are. So now everybody knows. But I'm afraid it's your grandparents revealing all this to us. You go through you've been going through your clothes apparently. Colin, can you say yes or no, or sort of wave or tap something? I don't know how you do that. But they're telling me that you've been concerned about your clothes. You've been going through them. And really, they could do with tidying up. There you are, Colin. You've been told. So I think then your clothes need sorting out, and you've been sort of looking at that. So I'll I'll leave you with their love, because what we're trying to do here is get as many people a little message as possible. Rosemary. There's a Rosemary on the other side here calling her name. Wants to be remembered to somebody over here who's watching. Okay. She said that she wasn't that old when she went, in her 60s. In her 60s. And that's Rosemary, and she's come here to say hello to somebody who's watching and send her love across and tell you that she's looking after everything over there. There's some animals over there, and there's a nice cat. And I think that's with Rosemary. I don't think she's just bringing in everybody's. That's what they do, you know. If you see one animal with somebody, suddenly there's a whole load of them. But yes, all right. There's a lovely German Shepherd over here who's come through for someone, and I hope that you can accept him, because he's lovely. He's got a good coat, very strong, and he comes to bring you some courage and some bravery, because you're wavering a bit. So your dog is over here, and desperately really trying to give you that courage and bravery that he had in himself, and he's trying to pass that on to you. So whoever you are who lost a lovely German Shepherd, he's here and looking after you and trying to give you some oomph. I have a Marion as well over here, and she's looking for somebody who's here looking in, and saying that there's so much worry that somebody down here has been actually crying with nerves about everything, and they feel really desperate, and she's trying to say, don't, you must, keep your pecker up, keep smiling, trust, everything will be all right. And there's so many over here who are trying to comfort everybody here. I'm saying over here because I'm over there with them. And I hope really that this has helped the people that they've come for. I can't see any movement on my screen at all. So I just have to hope for the best. I hope that this is still continuing, and that you've taken some comfort from this little service that we've had, and know that your loved ones are close to you, and we can trust that they are living on. And we've got somebody else who's moving here, and this is quite an experience, because obviously when you're standing in front of a church congregation, everybody's just sitting there and you can see everybody, and even if you couldn't see them, you'd know that they were there. You could sort of sense them and stuff like that in a physical way. And of course this is really quite remote. It's very strange. It's almost like being, on this side and then that side. It's like some virtual reality. But let us know what you need. Somebody just oh, they're my neighbours, bless them, telling me that they will get some shopping there. So I want to leave you with the knowledge that all your loved ones are here. They want you not to worry. I know that sounds easy enough for them because they're already over there and they know there's nothing to worry about, full stop. But I just hope that I've given you some evidence that there is hope for all of us, that things will get better, and that those we love and we feel that we've lost, who have now passed over into the next life, are there and able to actually make their presence felt. So just look for the signs. You know, there's all sorts of little things that they can do. Flick lights on and off. They can even throw things about, or they can move stuff where you think you put something down and then it suddenly appears again. Oh, and of course, don't forget the little feathers that float about. How they get hold of them, I don't know. And then they float down when we least us. We see something there, a feather, and you think, what was that doing there? But all our loved ones try so hard to get through. Oh, Leslie, no message for you. You and crying worried. Oh, I know that somebody came through and said that somebody had been crying and worried. So that must have been a relative of yours, because they were the two words they used, crying and worried. So, you know, the trouble is that sometimes people are connected with us and love us. We've never known them because perhaps we were too young, or they lived in a distant part of the planet. But nevertheless, when they pass over to the world of spirit, they're able to express their love. And of course, distance is no object. And so, therefore, you know, if somebody comes close, then you can be sure that they love you, and even if you didn't know them, they would still love you because they know you now, even if they, you know, if they weren't that much in touch with you or you didn't know them. I know that sounds like double Dutch, but that's the truth anyway, so I will say it. Wendy, lots of activity around you here. Yes, I'm sure there is. I mean, this is what they were saying. You know, they were prompting me to let everybody know that, you know, everybody was trying to send signs and signals to everybody to try and cheer them up, to try and give them that strength. What I will say to all of you is, before you go to sleep tonight, send your thoughts out to those you love. Send some healing thoughts out to those that you love down here. Even imagine them in that ball of blue light, just being well and happy in themselves, just for a couple of minutes before you actually go to sleep yourself, and you'll find that you get a good night's rest and that they will feel better too. So I'll leave you with that. I hope very much that you have had a little of your worry and upset alleviated, and have enjoyed our service, and I will speak with you again, and as you know, it's the only thing I can do. I can't go out and do anybody's shopping for them. I have to have shopping done for me and Kathy, of course, because Kathy is also in isolation with me. But I will say God bless to you, and it was so good of you to join me, and I hope that you've had some upliftment from it. Oh, Diana, wow. I'll give you a little message, all of you, before I close. And I'm just opening this little book, and I'm asked for something for all of us. And here we are. We've been talking about everybody and Reverend Allen. Look at this that they gave me to give to you. They come at morn and dewy eve, at radiant noon and midnight hour, to breathe their message or to leave the inward tokens of their power. Think not their home is far away from human sympathy and love, nor when desired that they delay to leave their spirit home above. Their mission is the work of love to kindred in the earthly home, and we with joy their work approve, and often kindly beg them come. Thrice gladly they the call obey, when yearning hearts their thoughts do give, receive their love, their care repay, in their communion joyous live. There, how about that? They have got to have been listening to all of us and prompting everything, and that's a wonderful, wonderful message for all of us here. So I'll say on that note, I can't better that. And this is Doris Stokes' little crystal there, a little battery for me. And I shall say God bless you all, and I hope to answer any comments that you make. God bless you. As the everything